Hey everybody, it's Mike Venus La Soul, and I'm back. And this is a response to Bolo Da Producer dealing with the Ableton software and the Ableton Push 3. And starting out, I'm an Akai Force user, so I'm gonna mainly speak from this perspective. And that really, um, let's lay down some groundwork. Do I agree with him that the Push 3 is overpriced? Yes. Um, Being a producer that likes the 8x8 grid or the 64 pad grid layout, like I on my channel, I done demonstrated that I have used the Launchpad, Mach 2, and the Pro Mach 3 on my page, and I use the Akai Force. I haven't had the luxury yet to use a push 1, 2, or the 3. So I'm going to speak mainly from utilizing a 64 pad grid layout and why I haven't used those controllers to push 1, 2, or 3, and why I might never use one. So first of all, yes, the push 3 is new. It's exciting for a lot of people, and a lot of people um, who are in the MPC world are saying that the push 3 could be the MPC killer. First, let's start out. I don't think any standalone 64 pad grid layout will ever diminish or destroy the MPC or even 16 pad grid, 4x4 grid layout workflow ever, because it's been around longer. And MPC Machina have a very good relationship with their clients, and it's a lot of people that have done a lot of work using the MPCs and the Machina controller, right? So I don't think a 8x8 grid layout, regardless if it's the Akai Force, which I use, or the Ableton Push 3, or the Launchpad, will replace the MPC or the Machina. I just don't believe that. So that whoever started that rumor, they need to stop. It was clickbait or just to get people talking. That's number one. Number two, if you're coming from using the MPC or know the MPC workflow, sampling, um, its terminology when dealing with different track names and the way it's worked, I believe the Force will be a better choice than the Push 3. And that's just being a person who have had the MPC Live 2, which I use. I made about 30 something projects on it. It's all on Spotify or streaming services. Go check it out. And personally, for me, it's not what I like. So whenever the Force was still cheap and affordable, and they had a 3.0.5 update, that's when I made the move to get one of these. You can get a Force for used about $800, between 6 to 8 on Reverb. A lot of them isn't still in good condition, and the Force usually it came out good, but had a bad rep because of Ableton users. They believed that the Force was going to be Ableton in a box in a standalone system with the Akai Force, and it's not. It's not even similar to the software. So a lot of people end up bashing this, and then it dropped the price down, and then it was able to climb back up. Now it's about $1,300 for a brand new one. So it's still a great device. But let's talk about who Ableton's targeted market is and why. Ableton can be used with any style of music. I believe on any DAW or any standalone groovebox or system, you can make any style of music you want. But Ableton targets electronic music producers primarily in the EDM or electronic music, dance music arena, because there's tons of subgenres. A lot of the first users of Ableton use or users came from that market, and it's a lot of money in that market, right? And this probably dictates the price to why the Push 2 was still $800 after being out for almost 5 years, 6 years, you know, y'all Push users, you know. And even now with the newer one, the standalone one being 2K 2000, and then the controller being 1000, and have the capability to be upgraded over time, it's because Ableton is trying to be like the Apple of music. You know, if you buy an Apple phone, an Apple iPad, or desktop computer, iMac, or Apple TV, an Apple device for the computer, or Apple Watch, it's an ecosystem. It all links up. It all works together, and you can't use Samsung with it or any other company outside of that. It's just Apple. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Windows. You know, Intel, you can use all types of Intel type products outside of Apple, because Apple has their own ecosystem. And I feel Ableton is trying to move down that rabbit hole, or that path. And their main consumers are electronic music producers. When you look on YouTube or social media, a lot of the people doing tutorials or demonstrating their music are in electronic dance music, or do subgenres within that umbrella of electronic dance music. Is hip hop electronic dance music? Yes. But a lot of it has gotten away from being dance music to just being, you know, rap music. Okay. Now you have had producers that do hip hop music like Ski Beats, and a few other people that use Ableton, DJ Jassy Jeff, and use the Push. You know what I'm saying? Or use the software. And you have had a few guest producers on your channel that used it as well. This is what I would say. If you have been working with the MPC machine, that type of workflow, which is basically building sequences linearly, it's a totally different workflow from working in clips and working in clips and other type of systems like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to demonstrate how simple it is to make a beat in this workflow compared to possibly working in than working in something like the MPC or something like that. Let me just get my colors right so I can separate it. Right? So basically, it's the same setup. Now, when you're working in the Force, Ableton, Bitwig, it's the same premise. Each clip can hold a pattern. So let me just make a basic trap beat, right? Keep this really simple, right? So I got my kick. Right? simple beat. Right. All right, let out the bass. Right, so it's really that easy. And this is the same workflow that's in Ableton, that's in Bitwig, which is a cheaper option because if you want a full-fledged DAW, right, with all the instruments, all the packs and stuff, I would suggest going with Bitwig. Yes, they have a yearly subscription, which is about 150, 160, but it's not like they like moved to another thing within a year. Like I bought Bitwig 4 and I was able to upgrade to Bitwig Studio 5, which is okay, but I like 4. But I have to get used to 5. But yeah. Now, like I said, the Akai Force is a better option if you're trying to make hip hop and that type of clip-based workflow. Because basically I just made a beat right here. Right? That simple, that quick. You know what I'm saying? I can do drill if I want to. Right? Not to make this too long. Right? So let me set this up so I can do a drill real quick. And I'm going to demonstrate that so you can kind of see. I'm going to do this basically the kind of same setup, right? So you can make drill or you can make trap on this. It's up to whatever you want to do. But you can make any style of music on the Force. I think it's a better option, especially, and it's a easier learning curve than you going from the MPC to Ableton, going from the MPC to the Akai Force. You're dealing with the same systems programs. The only thing that's different is that these are clips and scenes compared to sequences and a linear type of workflow. So hopefully this answers your question, or anybody that's curious. I'm Mike Venus, La Soul. Until the next time, y'all be blessed. Mike out.